In this tutorial, you get to choose whether to design the one on the left or the one on the right. So you can see there's a slight difference between the two. On the left, I have only the match day text in the middle and the names of the teams on both sides, okay? And on the right, I have all the three in the middle, okay? So you get to choose your choice. And one thing that I don't like is wasting time of my viewers. So without any further ado, let's jump right into this video. But if you're new here, this is Cool Graphics with the Design Chef. Make sure you subscribe and let's get started. So we are creating a new document. We are taking 1080 by 1350 pixels. All right, so 1080 by 13 pixels. All right, then 8-bit RGB color mode, 300 resolution, and create. All right, so let's first of all grab gradient. So let's click the gradient and under basics, foreground to background. Over here, you're going to choose this color. You can copy the color code. And then this side, can copy the color code. So after that, you can just click here and drag up. Okay, you can drag, but let's bring it somewhere here. So let's go into our resources and bring this image. So with this side, we need one here. Okay, so let's grab the rectangular marquee tool, okay, and drag over the half side like this. So let's click layer mask. Okay, so we got this. Okay, now Control J to duplicate and Control T for the transform. Right click and then flip horizontal. Okay, so we got another one here. So you can select the two layers, Control E to merge together, and then change the blend mode to screen. Okay, so let's go into images folder and bring this guy right here. So I'm going to resize, and then the top anchor point, the middle anchor point over here, hold shift on the keyboard, click and drag down like this. Okay, so you can have this. So let's add curves adjustment layer and click here. Okay, and for the input, you are making it 173 and then the output 168. Okay, after that, click here and then for the inputs, make it 73 and then the output 23, and click here to clip it below. Now let's go into our images folder and bring this logo right here. Okay, so let's make it smaller. Click OK and then hide it. Okay, and create a new layer. Now let's go to filter and then vanishing point. Okay, so this is the vanishing point, and make sure you got this create plane tool selected, shortcut C, and you have to click here. Okay, this endpoint, and then click here outside here. Okay, and then come and click here. If it turns red, it means you have to zoom out and tweak it until it turns blue. Okay, so you can click this side and tweak it until it turns blue. Okay, let's okay, so it turns blue like this. You are good to go. Go ahead and click OK. Now let's unhide this image, select its layer, and with the hold control and click on the layer thumbnail to have a selection around it. Control plus C on the keyboard to copy, or go to edit, copy, and then Control D to deselect. Okay, and then you can hide it again, or you can even delete it, but let's do it before. And select the new layer, go to filter and then vanishing point. So we have our plane over there. So Control V to paste. Okay, and before you have to make it a little bit smaller. So Control T and then as you move, hold down shift on the keyboard to scale it uniformly. Okay, so this size is okay, and now you can drag it in here. All right, and we can of course scale it up with the help of the shift. Okay, so click OK. Now we got this. So one thing that we need to do before we do other things is that, see, I've deleted that layer that we copied. Okay, let's go ahead and let's hide this layer, and let's hide the background stuff. Okay, so we got this, and let's hide this. We are hiding things, please. Now let's go to file and then save as. Okay, and where you need to save this, make sure you name it displacement. Okay, displacement. Click save. All right, so let's unhide everything, and let's unhide the background, even though we're not gonna need that though. Then let's unhide. So with this Basa logo, let's go to filter. We can convert for smart filter so that we can tweak them back later. Okay, go back there again, and let's go to distort and displacement, the first one. Click that. So make sure your horizontal scale is 5, vertical scale 5, strength to fit, and then repeat edge pixels embed. Okay, click OK. Now we need to locate where we saved the displacement in PSD file, which is this guy. I'll select that and open. So we've displaced it right here. If you check, you can see that we have the field. It takes, the grass, that grass effect comes in there. Let me undo that and let me do that. You can see it moves from having sharp edges to carpet type. So with this, with the same layer selected, let's go to FX and then blending options. So in the blending options, you see blend if. Okay, so with the underlying layer, we can, if you hold Alt on the keyboard and click this, you divide it into two, then you drag the right side somewhere here. You can see that we are taking the shadows from the carpet out of the logo. Okay, so it blends. Okay, so like this. All right, then you can go ahead and click OK. So we moved from here to here, and then now we are here. Okay, so we just blend it into the grass. So with the top layer selected, you can select the image of the grass or this guy, and then rename it carpet, and select the layer below the carpet, and let's bring this guy. Click OK, change it to linear dodge, add layer mask. Let's dive in. Okay, and grab the brush, foreground black, check your flow or something. Let's wipe. So we can maintain this. Now let's bring another image. You can select the layer below it if you want or something, but let's bring this guy. Change the blend mode to linear dodge, add. Good. So what we are going to do now, you can just use the pen tool, or you can use the shape and then just grab a red triangle, and then, but I'm going to use the pen tool. So I got this shape. Did I enclose it? Okay, so I got this shape, right? And let me just change it. I don't like, let me just choose gray. Now this could be a pain. Okay, so grab the A. I just got myself the A. Okay, direct selection tool and click. You see anchor point, click and drag. Let's try and center it. Okay, so move back to the move tool, Alt, click and drag, and make sure that the tip, okay, they join here. Okay, or they whatever. Then grab the A again. You see these anchor points, click this guy and move to the left. As you move, hold or shift on the keyboard, then you can join it here. Don't waste time on this, please. And in the same group with the pen tool, you can see plus. Okay, add anchor point. you can just go ahead and click somewhere here, grab the A direct selection tool again, click this and then drag so that we get a curve like that, and click Alt drag to duplicate, Control T, right click. I'm moving too fast, right? Nah, don't worry, because I know y'all been on my videos designing, so you should be cool. So click OK. You got this. Don't worry about any other. We're gonna fix that, or even if you don't fix that, it doesn't matter. Now let's select the middle shape, which is the first guy over here. Okay, and let's go and bring this image. So with this, you can just right click and create clipping mask. Okay, and then let's go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Let's add blur amount of 25. Okay, then click OK. Then you can hit Control U on the keyboard for the hue and saturation. Did I say saturation? Hue and saturation. Hue and saturation. So you're moving to -105. Okay, got blue, then just click OK. So is this blue or purple? Anyway, let me call that pale blue. So what I'm going to do is the same thing that I just did. Okay, I'm going to select this guy and then import this guy in here, right click and then create clipping mask, and I'll add the same effect here. So you can, with the smart filters, you can just hold Alt on the keyboard, click and drag and drop them on this guy, and then you have the same pale blue. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing, but I'll skip. So I'm going to need your attention over here, okay, because there are 3, and what I'm going to do here is what you have to repeat for this side and this side. So kind of pay attention. So we are going to click this, okay, and we have this pale blue selected. Anyway, it's not pale blue, or is it pale blue? Yeah, it could be pale blue. But what is this guy doing up here? Let's drag this guy, let's drag it down, but on top of, okay, this. All right, yeah, cool. So let's click here to select this pale blue, and let's go and bring this image. So you see up here I have a pink bar right here. That's because the shapes are a little below, so I'll drag over it like this and then move up, okay, to fill that. Good. Now let's select this guy. You can name him. Okay, so the name over here is Rafina. Okay, don't worry. And right click, clip, create clipping mask. Okay, so if you are continuing, you can see this brush pink pops up. Okay, so if I grab the brush tool, I can brush pink in here. So that simply means you need to check out this video on how to use this glow brushes. Okay, very cool effect, but make sure you are brushing pink. Okay, so if you have to check this video out to continue from the side, and that's how it is done. So this is the crucial part. Okay, we are going to add 4 adjustment layers on top of this image, and that's what you need to apply for the rest. So from here, please take note, because mine I'm going to skip. So let's select the image of Rafina. Okay, and let me zoom in a little. Okay, so we got this, and we are going to, the first one is color balance. Okay, so we are going to push this guy to -19. Make sure you clip it. And magenta -100 and 72. So with this, you can see it affects everything, including the background. Okay, you can see that it affects everything, including the background. So with this mask selected, Control I to invert. All right, and what you need to do is, you see Rafina's layer, hold Control and then click on the thumbnail to make a selection around it like this, and don't select it. Okay, and select the mask of the color balance. Grab your brush and take a size like this. I'm taking flow of, let's say, 43 or 40 something, and make sure foreground is white. Now let's lower the flow to, let's say, 14, and then bring not too much on this side. Okay, all right, so that's how you just mask out this guy from the background. Okay, so Control D to deselect. Okay, so I said earlier that we're going to add 4 adjustments, but I don't know if I didn't look at it well. We're adding only 2 adjustments. So let's select Raffina and then exposure, right? Good. Clip it. Okay, it's already clipped, don't worry. Let's increase it a little bit. After that, Control I. Grab your brush. Don't clean yet. You have to use Control and click on the thumbnail to make a selection. And now we can just brighten up his face. And then let me lower this guy. Okay, so now that we are done, let's go for the dodge tool. Okay, you can press O if tool selected over here, right click, and the first one is the dodge tool. Okay, good. Now with this dodge tool, what we're going to do is, anyway, we should be on Raffina's image, okay, layer, sorry, and Control D to deselect this guy. Now with the dodge tool, you can see when you click, this smart object must be rasterized. Click OK so that you can rasterize this guy. And if you check over here, you can see exposure, right? 52. Mine is 52. So with 52, I'm going to just brighten up. So this is 52, right? And let's bring it to 100. But with the exposure at 100, you need to decrease the size of the brush. Okay, it should be smaller than the previous. And I'll go ahead and use it. Okay, so we are going to add another layer. Okay, add the adjustment layer. So let's add exposure and let's dim it down like this. Okay, Control I, invert Control, then click on the thumbnail. Okay, and let's brush over here. So we have the dodge tool selected. Select the brush, else you might get something different. Okay, Control D to deselect and select the topmost layer. Add a new layer, change it to linear dodge, add, and make sure you clip it. So right click, create clipping mask. Let's grab some blues in here. Okay, so we are done with this guy, and we can go ahead and select all the possible layers that we had from this guy and the shape it is clipped in. You're going to select all of them and then group them together. Okay, so you can say Raffina, or let me say left guy. I'm very bad in naming layers. Left guy. So we are done with the left guy, and all the process that we did for this guy, we are going to repeat the same process for the two. Okay, all right, so I have the carpet, and I have the left guy, I have the right guy, and I have the middle guy. So let's select the topmost layer, which is the carpet group. Okay, and let's go and bring this image. So let's change the blend mode to screen, and now let's adjust it. So with this, you just have to hold Alt click and duplicate. And with this, you can select the two, right click, and then over here you see merge layers. So you merge them together. Don't worry, let's change it to screen like that. And you can hit Ctrl J to duplicate, Ctrl T, right click, flip horizontal. Good. So just repeat the same process for this side and this side. Okay, so here is where you get to choose between this right here and this right here. Okay, so in this video I'm doing this one right here. So if I also teach you how to do, you know, this, but I'll just only give you the figures for the drop shadows and all of that. Okay, so we are doing this. Very good. Okay, so you can see I have named these guys flare into one group. Okay, so kindly do that. Now let's go into let's select the carpet group and select the topmost layer in the carpet group, and let's grab the pen tool. You can press P on the keyboard, P not B, please. Alright, so after that you can just go ahead and change them to white. Okay, so let's collapse this group and select the topmost layer. Okay, and let's go into our resources and drag in this. So we're gonna leave that here, and let's go to FX blending options. Okay, so for the stroke we are taking stroke size 4, and all right, now let's add outer glow. Okay, so pick this color, click OK, make sure the opacity is 42, spread 16, size 51, then click OK. And I'm just going to bring in the logo. So this is the image. I'll select the two and clip. Okay, link them, then select the layer below it and create a new layer. Grab the brush tool, okay, and then I'm going to, if you hold Alt, you can sample a color from here. Okay, then I'm going to click once, Control T, hold Shift and Alt and squeeze down like that, like this. So do the same thing for this, and then after that group them together and name them logos. Now with the names of the teams, we are not going to use vanishing point for this perspective. Okay, let's use the normal one because I don't want us to waste time on this. So type.1 type Barcelona, right? Then scale it down if yours is big like mine. Okay, so let the B here, all right, and go to character, change the color. So rasterize, right click and rasterize type, Control T, right click again and perspective. So click this anchor point and drag it up. You have something like this, and then click OK, Control T, then you can rotate. So this is what we got, and of course I'm going to flip the same thing here. So let's go and select the carpet. Okay, select the layer below the carpet group, create a new layer, change it to linear dodge, and then grab your brush. Okay, so let's pick a color from here. You can go ahead and pick this color, increase your brush. So my flow is 58, all right, and I'm going to get some glow here. Then after that I will just create a new layer, then change the color to white. Okay, pure white, and I'll bring the flow closer to 90 or something, then just so I'll select the topmost layer, of course, and I'm going to paste these guys in here. Okay, so with this guy, let me just bring it here a little. Okay, so this is Matchday. Okay, type Matchday, and the font that I use is News Flash. Okay, it will be in the description. Sorry, it will be part of the resources in the description. Kindly grab that. Now what we need to look at here, there's nothing special about this. It's just, we just have to go to the blending options. So there's the Matchday. Okay, and I applied drop shadow. So there's the drop shadow. Okay, so kindly take the figures, multiply, the opacity is 88%, angle 90, distance 14, speed is 0, size 10. All right, then you can just keep this. Then when it comes to the outer glow, this time we didn't choose solid color, we chose gradient. So if you click on the gradient under basics, foreground to this, okay, foreground to background, and this side you just pick this color code, and this side you pick this color code. All right, so the opacity is 57, noise 0, spread 0, size 18, and the rest remains intact. So that's all that you need to do about that. And then these guys are just for us. For this, I use Bebas New. It's on every computer, so that's that. Right, and of course you can just box out with these tiny details. Okay, so if you want to do, for instance, if you want to do this dots right here, it's very simple. Just grab the pen tool. So let's say you create this, then you take away the fill and add stroke white. Okay, and then this side you will see this. So drop this down and choose the dots, and these are just triangles, so just pile up triangles. So with the second option, you just write Barcelona, okay, and place it here. And now you can see that if you go to the blending options, to the drop shadow, you see I change the distance a little. Okay, so change the distance to 30 and opacity 55, 10, and you're good to go. Okay, the angle is 90. And with the dots mode, let me go to the blending options and the drop shadow. The angle, I change it to -67 and kept everything. Okay, and the distance is 9. Okay, so keep this, and if you just apply the same glow lights around, and you just bring the name down here, these two logos. Then these dots, I've taught you how to do that. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you're new over here. Design Chef in the studio, and I'm out. Peace.